Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at Avax, seeing what's going on. Got some awesome stuff here today. It's looking pretty strong. Decent chance we could see the price continue higher. Quick little congrats before we get started to our community members here. Awesome trades here with our Bitcoin 62%, Polkadot 20%, Solana 61%, and of course 15% short from Chainlink yesterday. So awesome stuff here. Congrats to our community members for that. And also make sure you check out Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, link down below. No KYC or VPN required. Awesome rewards to use my link to register. What we want to talk about here though with Avax is a few key factors. So when we looked at the liquidation levels yesterday, we could see there was a pretty heavy accumulation here. A lot of it starting to happen and average itself up, right? But if you take a look at the last 7 days, we can see $34, maybe $35, you round up a little, is effectively the area in which we can see a lot of support based on volume, but also more important, the amount of liquidation there as well. Now don't get it twisted. There's no support levels based on liquidation. Liquidation is just typically occurring a lot at those support levels because they are support level, and most people will put their stop losses and or have that liquidation level at that specific price point. So just please understand that. But for lack of better terms here, a lot of shorts got demolished recently. That $36, $37 resistance level is now a thing of the past. Should be the new support if the price comes back down, but it hasn't really pulled back that hard. In fact, if you take a look at this and you kind of compare this chart with Bitcoin, you can see it's doing favorable in the last 12 hours. So absolutely bouncing off that level. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin staying and maintaining 47K. If it loses 47,000, we will see a pullback or retracement here to some of these lower levels. I'll discuss that here in a moment, but let's go ahead and take a look at the big picture and kind of just generally see what's going on. Because the daily time frame here is pretty nice. Let's talk about that. So first of all, when we take a look at the moving averages, we're above all four. That's less common, but also becoming a commonplace, if you will, with some altcoins. So being above that 50-day SMA is huge, right? So that kind of reaffirms that previous resistance at 36 is a very significant support if the price pulls back. So me personally, if I'm going to, I'm going to just go ahead and set like an alert at that level, roughly 37. So the price pulls back to that range, just say Bitcoin retraces to that 45K mark, which would be nice because that seems like a nice pivot point for Bitcoin. Avax, filling your Avax bag at 37 would be appropriate, or at least, again, bird's eye view, that's kind of what we're referring to, mainly because that was a previous resistance turn support, but also we got some moving averages hanging out there. We can see MACD still converging, fantastic stuff. Traditional RSI, money flow index, all very high, and stochastic RSI is swinging up for the second time. I mentioned this yesterday, how important it is for a second stochastic swing, and that is extremely important. You see that on a daily time frame. Watch out, folks, it's probably going to hit pretty hard. So good news is we continued higher. We got some good stuff here. Keep in mind, it is following Bitcoin. It's not like it's just running for no good reason. It is still, however, holding fairly strong at this price point and doing better than most coins right now. All that said, we're above all moving averages in the 4-hour time frame. We can see traditional RSI and stochastic is swinging down. This is, bear in mind, a second stochastic swing to the downside. Carries a little bit more weight. Keep in mind the daily is a little stronger, but the daily time frame has already kind of happened. It happened 24 hours ago, right? This is letting us know now at this point the price could continue to pull back. But if stochastic keeps swinging down and the RSI stays at 70 and the price doesn't go any lower, we should see a next leg up, okay? Because this is, again, pretty nice little pattern here that we're seeing here form. But once more, I prefer to buy the dip instead of buy along the top, so to speak. So I'm going to probably be a little bit more patient and wait for this one. That's just me personally, again. Everyone has different strategies, of course, but for the most part, I would like to see a bounce off this 37.60 mark and consider long there after a little bit of a retracement, just because I kind of feel like Bitcoin could pull back a little bit further, but again, it's working itself into a little flag pattern too, so you never truly know, folks. That's the beautiful thing about trading. It's always so dynamic. Every single day it's a new challenge. Take a look here at the 1-hour time frame. We can confirm that we're still bullish on all fronts here. However, another 6 hours or so, the price doesn't yank up, we could very well see it pull back. So again, if you're the shorting type, this might be a cause for consideration, but I do not recommend that based on the simple fact that we're still above the cloud. It's going to be a little while before we confirm bearish qualities here. In other words, even if this lagging span intersects with the price action, the price goes sideways and down, we'll still be above the cloud, okay? And the cloud in itself is probably the most important thing. It's a series of moving averages that really work very well. So I'd highly recommend, if you haven't watched my instructional video on the Ichimoku Cloud, do so. and consider learning about this. It's a very good indicator. But again, it's a little more conservative too. Some people don't like that. Some crypto traders have to be in the market 24/7. I like having the option to trade 24/7, but am I always consistently trading? No, I'll wait a week or two to take a good trade. But once more, that's just me personally. I prefer quality over quantity. So that's kind of where we're at there. And this has been a quality over quantity month so far. We have hit all of our targets so far that we've shot out for, but there have been fewer trades. So again, apologize for that, but the market kind of isn't all that awesome right now. There's been a lot of like these transitional timeframes that don't give us like phenomenal, confirming factors. And those are things I like to look for. Right now, we have confirmation that you want to leave your long position open, but if in 24 hours or 12 hours from now, the price isn't any higher, you may want to consider taking profits. At the very least, adjust your stop loss higher. Come on, folks, let's not get super greedy. This isn't fully a greed market. I know Bitcoin went greedy for 3 days, but if things don't start picking up here soon, we're going to start seeing some pullbacks here in the relative near future. Now, granted, the market is looking pretty decent. There's some red and there's some green, but generally speaking, this is pretty common when Bitcoin dominance rakes up for about 3 days straight. Okay, so some profits will be taken on altcoins. This could be one of those. So I'd much rather wait for a better opportunity than jump in right now when we're kind of sort of at the top in a lot of situations. Okay, so just be mindful and careful taking trades right now. But Avax still looking strong for the moment. We'll reevaluate tomorrow, see if it's worth waiting or maybe even considering along at that point. We could have some bullish convergences here. Right now, though, I think that's kind of where we're at. Cool. All right, once more, check out Bitunix Phenomenal Exchange, link down below. No KYC or VPN required. If you have questions about my premium group, feel free to reference and message me. There are limited slots available. We only have a few slots left, actually, so heads up on that. We do also offer crypto payments now, too. If you want to go ahead and pay through your wallet, that's definitely an option now. But if you have questions, of course, don't hesitate to reach out. Look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. See you soon.